Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sarah. On today's video, we are going to be learning how to make a gong sleeve. If that's something you're interested in, come with me and let's get started. Also, do not forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thank you. I'm going to be using a pattern paper for this just in case I need it next time. So from the top here, I'm going to be going down by 4 inches. You could go down by 5 inches if you want. Now this is going to be depending on how long your sleeve is and how much gathers you want on your sleeve. I'm going to go ahead and use my straight ruler to connect the dots together. Now from the top here, I want to know what my length is. So this says 11 3/4, and here I'm just going to mark out 11 inches, 11.5 inches for the sleeve. So basically I'm doing an 11 by 11, but I'm adding like little inches to it to give it a little difference. So the length of my sleeve is 11 and the width of my sleeve is also 11. Now you can go ahead and make this a bigger sleeve and a longer sleeve. Now I said before, it depends on how much gathers you want on your sleeve. So here I'm going to mark out 11 and then add 1 inch for sewing allowance. You can add 1.5 inch or 2 inches. Again, it depends on what you're comfortable with. Even if you're gone, I won't forget you. You're all I know, what I need, and that ain't changing. Now, how we got that 11 is we'll do our round sleeve measurement divided by 2. So 16 into 2 is 8, and then I went ahead to add 3 inches to 8, and that's how I got 11. When nothing really matters, that's all I want. Now that we've established how we got 11, we're going to go from the top here and come in by 2 inches, and we're going to go ahead and use our curved rule to create the curve. But before we do that, we want to come to the mid of the paper and also go down by 2 inches. So from the 2 inches that we came in by at the top here for the curve of the sleeve, we're going to go ahead and make it match the curve that we just came down by 2 inches, and then we'll connect it to the 1 inch allowance that we have here. There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you, not doing well. Don't know where you are, 'cause you're not here. It's been way too long. After doing that, we're going to go ahead and go down by 1 inch. You can actually go down by 2 inches, but because of the length of my sleeve, I'm just going to go down by 1 inch, and then I'll connect that curve, that armhole curve, to the new point that we just made. Now if your sleeve is longer, you can go ahead and go down by 2 or 3 inches, depending on how gathered you want the sleeve to be. So we're going to go ahead now and get the lower part. I remember that this gong sleeve is not supposed to be snatched on you, so we're going to go ahead and minus 1 from what we have there, which is 11. I'm going to mark out 11 at the bottom there. I'm not going to add a sewing allowance because you know with the sewing allowance on the upper side is 12, so I minus 1 and marked it down there, which is now 11. After doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and label this, give this a name just in case I need it. I don't have to look for it too much, I just know where it is because it has a name. After which I'm going to go ahead and cut. After doing this, I'm going to go ahead and this is what the sleeve looks like. We're going to go ahead and transfer the sleeve onto a fabric, and now I've done that. I actually folded it into 8, folded my fabric into 8 to get my gong sleeve. So when you separate it, you have two individual sleeves. I'm just measuring here to see how wide it is, and I'm going to go ahead and iron my stay on this. Now here I have a collar stay. You can also use a gum stay for this if you feel the collar stay is too strong for what you want to do. If you feel you're not going to be comfortable in it, you can go ahead and use a gum stay. Gum stay too is a really good way to do the sleeve for it to puff up and stay still. After doing that, I'm going to go ahead on the collar stay and mark out 1 inch on all the sides. I'm going to mark in 1 inch on all the sides, just like I'm doing here, and then I'll go ahead and cut. You can go in by 1.5 inch depending on the allowance that you gave for your sleeve. But for my sleeve, I gave 1 inch, so I'm going in here by 1 inch. You can actually go in by 1.5 if you feel that it's going to disturb you in any way. So this is what we have right now. This is literally a sleeve. This is what our gong sleeve is going to look like. I'm going to fold it into two to get the midpoint, and I'll go ahead and notch it. I already went ahead to notch the fabric, so I don't need to do that anymore. So you can go ahead and notch yours. So from the top here, I'm going to go in by 1 inch. At the bottom, I'm going to go up by 1 inch. At the sides also, I'm going to come in by 1 inch. So this is going to serve as a guide to for you to know where your stay is going to start and stop at. Now for this, it has a part that sticks to fabric. That's the part that you want to place onto the fabric, and then go ahead and iron this. I'm going to repeat it on the other sleeve, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. You can see that we have our allowances just right there waiting for us to use it, and this is what it will look like. Very strong, very steady, and when you fold it, you see how it buffs up. So we're going to go ahead and add our lining piece to this. On the lining piece on the bottom part, I'm just going to cut out 1 inch, so this part can go all the way in and not show too much. So I'm going to go ahead and cut 1 inch so that that bottom part can be neater. That's why I'm actually doing this. So now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and place our lining piece onto the main piece, right sides facing each other, and then we'll go ahead and sew. After you're done doing that, you want to go ahead and just cover it up and sew on the sides as well to give it like a neat finish. So I'm going to go ahead again and notch the middle part so it will be much more visible, and I'm going to go ahead and measure out 5. And when I measure out 5, I will still go ahead and measure to get my round sleeve measurement, which is 8, and I'll go ahead and notch that part where I marked out 5. Now this is where the gathers is going to start from, so I'm going to be placing a gather stitch from one end to the other end of the 5 inches that we just notched. This is what it looks like when we've placed our gather stitch, and I'm just going to go ahead and take one of the threads and pull on it to create a gather for this. This is what it's looking like so far. I'm going to go ahead and pull in more. Love to hear your voice, not sleeping well. After doing this, you want to go ahead and top stitch on it so that the gather stitches that you've laid on it and the gathers that you've just made would stay in place. And then we're going to go ahead and close this by 1 inch. After doing that, this is what we have. This is my gong sleeve. I wanted mine to be like really petite. Well, like I said from the beginning, you could go ahead and make yours bigger if you want it to be bigger. It depends on how big you want yours to be and how much fabric you have for the gong sleeve. Okay, y'all, we've come to the end of the video. I just wanted to share this with you. I hope you get to try this out for yourself. I hope you enjoyed watching the video as much as I enjoyed making it. That's all I wanna do. With that being said, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I post a new video. Don't forget to love yourself because I love you. Have a beautiful day or night, whichever it is you live for. Bye. Nothing really matters. That's all